Today we have a strategy I'm sure you have already seen on the ladder and in tournaments. It is our basic Hammer Crush Duel Dragias aggro. The goal of the deck is simple. Use the best card in the game to beat your opponent as fast as possible. To facilitate this, we are running Essel, which is able to bring out a Dragias on turn 2 if you are lucky enough to mill one. Trigger Drago provides additional piercing, and with the increase in players running spell and trap cards, they are more likely to actually empty their hand on the first turn of the game. Additionally, the big reason I wanted to cover this deck is because Light Sorcerer Sanctity is no longer paywalled. Everyone has access to this card thanks to the new Blue Eyes structure. And speaking of Blue Eyes, we are running it as our legend monster. Barrel Dragon is the obvious choice, but Blue Eyes does have a few merits. Namely, the 3000 attack means an opposing Light Sorcerer Sanctity or 7-Zone Mage does not put this below 2500, and your opponent is going to need a skill or a Talismanic Seal Array to actually get over the monster. Other than that, half of the stack is just 1500 vanillas, because we are trying to go in early and fast. And of course, we are going to push for damage any way we can. So we are running Tribute to the Doomed and Talismanic Seal Array to get through the opponent's boards. The skill's namesake, Hammer Crush, is here to stop opposing nade attack and buffered slime. We are also testing out a one of a Forever Freeze in this list, but you could easily go ahead and cut it for the third Hammer Crush, or maybe take it out alongside the Mage and Urabi for a playset of something like Currybot to be able to get advantage. However, we are only running 5 high-level monsters, so you often don't really need to get the advantage generators the way you do in a lot of other decks. And in order to show you the power of aggro, we are going to do this replay. We open up with an Essel. We use Dragias to be able to mill another card. We don't find any boss monsters, and we actually whiff on the 2500 direct attack, as Essel runs into another copy of Essel with 1000 defense. Our opponent uses Ultimate Bond and brings out a Mirror Innovator. So on our first turn, we were able to deal no damage. And then they set up a boss monster and 2 defense mode blockers. But what if I told you we were still able to deal lethal? A Light Sorcerer Sanctity provides a debuff, and then Tribute to the Doomed removes a defender, and Talismanic Seal Array takes this Mirror Innovator all the way down to just a few hundred attack. And that means they have gone from 6,000 to 0 from a fully defensive board with a boss. And for our next video, we are opening up with a standard set 4 pass. Our opponent is on Blue Eyes, and they flip over a Gazelle with Torna. No big deal. We end up drawing 2 copies of Dragias, so we are only able to bring out 1, but that alone puts them down to just 3,300. They attempt to bring in a boss monster, but we sacrifice our Dragias to use Forever Freeze. They are left, once again, with just a Torna. We summon out Dragias, and we throw down some face downs, but our opponent immediately surrenders as we have lethal on board. And even if we didn't, we had the slime and negate attack to hold out for several turns while we assemble the damage. Aggro is a very simple deck, but it is very fast, very strong, and should not be overlooked just because new cards are coming out. If you are planning to grind out the World Championship qualifiers, running a deck this fast and this good might just be your best option.